What's poppin', people? It's Dante here in Rome, filming with the GoPro Mini, 1080p, 30 FPS, exported to 720p for that crispy HD small file size quality. And I'm thinking about street photography ethos, right? Ethos, an ancient Greek word that means character, custom, and habit. Right? What are the fundamental values for the street photography artistic movement, right? This is an art movement. Street photography, I believe, is a way of doing things. It's an approach. It's an ethos, right? So what are some of those fundamental values that I believe are critical to consider when it comes to practicing street photography? First and foremost, we have a camera. Right? This is the device, this is the tool that we use to create the works of art that will then evoke the spirit of the streets, right? As I believe, when it comes to street photography, we're merely following our intuition, our spirit, our state of being, where we recognize the connection between our physical body, our mind, our eyes, and our soul. And through this connection, and through our oculus, and through our recognition of patterns and repetition on the streets, we raise the camera and we play in a state of becoming where we're not experts on the streets. We're not going out there thinking that we're making these masterful works of art. We're merely playing in this childlike state where every day we wake up with a blank slate. We want to remain forever curious, with curiosity at the forefront, and courage and bravery to go out there and to interact with the world itself, and to remain ever present in the moment. And by using the camera as a tool or an excuse to go out there and to see the world, I believe that we can become superheroes. And so when you recognize the light and the shadow, and you observe the way that the sun kisses the skin, we can then, I believe, transcend and create sublime works of art through these new aesthetics that small digital technology such as the Ricoh GR3 can achieve with a small JPEG file. Something that doesn't require too much work. You know, when we're making the pictures and we're out in the sun and we're playing, we don't want to have to come home and slave away in a dark room. We don't want to have to play in Lightroom on our computers. But I believe achieving a photograph in camera without the need to crop or process or do any of the other superfluous things that, in my opinion, get in the way. So when it comes to practicing street photography, we want to photograph with speed. And so by having a camera that fits in your pocket and that is really easily accessible, yeah, I believe we can achieve this, where it's always in your pocket, it's always on your wrist, and you don't have to think, but you just do, right? And through the movement of your body, and through simply recognizing patterns, recognizing gestures, recognizing when life flows as we go slow, and the lady raises the tissue to her nose, you're there and you're ready, and you know when to press the shutter. You know because you're in control while simultaneously being out of control. For the street is a theater. The street is a stage. The street is out of our control. But we can be prepared through practice and repetition by walking the street and by observing the beat of the feet no matter where you go, no matter how far or near to your hometown, you'll be able to turn your frown upside down. As I believe street photography creates a blissful state that I believe all humans seek to achieve. So when you go out there on the street, move your 2 feet and believe. Believe that we can create. Believe that we can seek and to conquer the street. Believe that when you're on the street, you're existing outside the passage of time, where we're creating photographs, images, sublime works of art that can last generations from now. We're existing in a state of becoming. And we're merely curious about the results. What will reality manifest to be in a photograph? We're not creating depictions of what life is, but we're merely curious about what life could be. So by abstracting and using the camera as a tool to extract and abstract from life itself, we can achieve and become supreme.